Hi friends, now today I have the honor of introducing to you Dr. Bhavesh M. Jain. He has a rank 1 in this year's May 2019 AIIMS exam and rank 1 in the PGI entrance exam. Bhavesh, how are you doing today?
Thank you, sir. I'm fine.
Heartiest congratulations.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Awesome achievement.
Thank you, sir.
Do you feel on the top of the world?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Actually,
So-
first time when I met you, it was in grey matter quiz, sir.
Yes.
That day you had told me, I was the winner of grey matter quiz of the last session. That time you had told me that grey matter quiz winners go on to get first rank in AIIMS. So that day I decided, sir, like I have to do something like that and get rank 1 in any of the Central Institute exams.
And now, I would like to introduce to the viewers here that the grey matter is the annual quiz that we do. And last year's AIIMS rank 1 was also, November AIIMS rank 1 was also a grey matter winner, Umang, and now we have Bhavesh also from the grey matter who is the rank 1. So with this year also we are going to initiate the grey matter soon. You might be the next AIIMS 1, do enroll into it. We are very proud of the achievement, and I remember very vividly, when the quiz he was answering like everything he was answering very good. He is a very intelligent fellow, and he was answering everything in the quiz itself, and we could see it then also that one day you will be sitting and giving an interview, but I think now you can also see it. And then he joined us in the Bangalore for a classroom program and followed it up now with the May exams and the JIPMER exam rank. It's awesome performance.
Yes.
Now, Bhavesh, now that you've done so well in two central exams like AIIMS and PGI, how do you compare the two exams?
Sir, first of all, the exam pattern itself is very different, sir. AIIMS exam is single based response type. Now that they have introduced the other new pattern of questions, I'll speak about that. But PGI is like multiple correct type. So PGI, it actually tests what we have read in the 4.5 years of our MBBS life. So if we have read properly in that 4.5 years, the PGI exam is like the fairest exam. Even my seniors had told me before attempting the exam that don't worry much about your preparation in last few days before the exam. What PGI exam is testing is what you have read, what you have done in your 4.5 years. So that's more of what we have read. And at that point of time, usually what happens in MCQ single based response is we try to eliminate the options and all, where eliminating options and other MCQ skills matter. But in PGI, what really matters is how strong your theory is and how you have read in 4.5 years, how you have made notes, how you have revised that. So those things matters.
Yeah. And it's very important to understand that PGI is a test of your absolute knowledge. Because each statement is a separate question. You need to say true, false, because you need to understand what is true about a disease, what is not true about a disease. On the other hand, in AIIMS, or in a single based response type of exam, it is more about ruling out things. This is not the answer, this is not the answer, so probably this is the answer. So you are able to reach to the question answer through a reverse mechanism also. So that is a big difference. So what about the new questions that they have introduced in AIIMS?
Sir, actually in AIIMS there were totally 200 questions, of which 150 was still the single based response type and 50 questions were new questions, which included extended matching, match the following, true or false, assertion, reasoning. What I felt was on the day of exam, I had kept 1 hour for those new pattern questions. So even that 1 hour seemed like less time, sir. I couldn't cover it completely. So time was an issue. It was time consuming, but still there were a few questions which were more fact based, like forensic, some tests and all those things which we might not have heard. Even the section 320, they asked which clause is which one. So those were more fact based. But then still it was more of what we learn in normal classroom teachings. It's just the way of asking the questions was different. Other than that, the topics and the things that were covered was usually the same things were covered.
And I also feel that in the new pattern question, the topics that they are asking are the routine. The only thing is the way of asking and the time taken per question increases because you have to reach each statement separately. So I feel that in the future AIIMS exam, in the coming of new pattern, the time management will be one of the most important skills. How did you manage your time in the exam?
I knew that those 50 questions will take time, sir. Yeah. I had attended DAMS mock exam. Yeah. Even there I had seen CBT, DAMS CBT, AIIMSPG was done. Even there I had seen that it was taking a lot of time. And so I had kept 1 hour for that 50 questions. And for the other 150 questions I had kept 2 hours. So I finished those 150 questions in 2 hours, came to this. And even in this I went selectively. I first did those questions which had +1 -1 by 4, +1 -1 by 3. Then I went to +1 -1. So I knew that +1 -1, even if if I make a mistake, it will be like losing 2 points. So I didn't want to take a lot of risk in that. So I had kept even if I miss a few of them, it might be okay. But those scoring things like +1 -1 by 4, those were the scoring things. There I had to guess, I had to do something. So I went first to that, then I came to those +1 -1 things.
Yeah, and plus I think those are more factual also.
Yes.
The match, the following is just a factual thing.
Yes,
You
sir.
quickly do it.
Yes.
While the arranging sequence had that software issue also to
Yes, sir.
drag and
Yes,
drop,
right.
and plus the
Yeah.
negative marking is
Negative,
penalizing.
yes.
है ना? So I feel that with this it will give a lot of insight to the future aspirants also. And Bhavesh, when we talk about the AIIMS CBT that we conducted in April, how was your experience with the CBT?
AIIMSPG, that was like one experience to know how the new pattern of questions will be like. It was going to exam center, similar to AIIMS exams, going to exam center, attending the same 200 questions. Again, new pattern questions were included, same topics like frequently asked topics were covered. So that was like a trial before the actual match kind of things.
What was your rank in the AIIMS CBT?
It was 6, I think. 6.
So did that give you an idea that okay, I'm on the right track? Like you won the All India Grey Matter with DAMS, then you did the CBT and you got a top
Yes.
10 rank?
Yes, it did give me a lot of motivation. So
Yes.
that was motivation is one thing that I was requiring at that time. So everyone will have read, but everyone will be under the fear what will happen. At that time, some motivation was very essential for me.
Yeah. And before the AIIMS, we had also put up that AIIMS capsule,
Yes.
where we tried to revise all the high yielding topics in a short duration. How was your experience with the AIIMS capsule?
To be honest, I wouldn't have expected rank. I had never expected rank 1, sir. Like AIIMS was my dream, as any other UG, but getting rank 1 is like very luck dependent, very difficult. That's what I was told. But AIIMS capsule, actually, I feel AIIMS capsule was the one which made it happen, sir. In the 20, there was 20 hours of videos which covered almost all the most important topics, and in physiology and few subjects, all the questions that were asked in AIIMS were from that video only, sir. So physiology was probably 2 hours video, and in the 2 hours video, all the questions that were asked in AIIMS, it was from it. So it was very very helpful. Actually, it took some 4-5 days just to cover the 20 hours videos, sir. I made notes of those AIIMS capsule videos. Then again, before the exam, I revised those AIIMS capsule video notes. So that was
Anupma had done that AIIMS capsule of physiology, and I think she's one of the legendary teachers in physiology now, because she's able to deliver lucidly and more the tougher concept very cleanly discussed, and in AIIMS they go towards that graphs and pictorial things and that. So, and even I have talked to a lot of toppers this year, and most of them have attributed that the two things that made a lot of difference in the last 1 month was the CBT that we conducted in new pattern, and second was the revision capsule that we done. And in the AIIMS CBT that we had conducted, we had put the number of questions to be 250 to 45, 250 questions. Why were you surprised that the number of questions was more than 200 in our CBT?
Yes, questions, yes, sir. Because true or false, everything was separately.
So, but then when you saw the same thing in the real exam, was that a reassurance that?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Because I feel that when the people are not understanding that when there are questions which have more than one true false, so the total number of questions will not remain 200; it will increase.
Yes.
This time in the real AIIMS exam, it was 290 plus.
296.
296.
Yes, sir.
So that is where you have to keep time management is the key skill, I think. Sharp thinking, time management.
Yes.
And would you recommend that we arrange the sequence towards the last in the exam, like you did,
So actually,
or extended matching? What do you think?
thing that happened with me was like I knew that it will take time. I had kept 1 hour, but even after starting that, I felt like I will definitely have some time problem in the end. So then I made a decision that okay, I will match the following for those things which are easy first, those which are high scoring first, and those long questions and all I didn't even read. I just read the last line, saw the options and marked one because it was just plus half minus. So that it depends.
In the long
if we have
questions,
time,
it is very important to read the last line.
yes, sir.
I think that's a very good strategy because that helps you to manage time.
Yes.
And anyhow, those are like 1 by half mark questions.
Half marks. So I saw the last line. Then I knew what they are asking. Saw the options. Then just saw some keywords in the main whole paragraph and just marked some answer randomly, like which I felt might be the answer because there were some other questions which could give more marks for that given times.
And did you also utilize the previous papers that we have
Yes,
video
sir.
discussion of the previous James previous solutions on the e-medicals? How was
Yes,
your
sir.
experience?
Thing is, most of the review books won't give the recent question papers, and even if there are some some question papers, the answers might not be as accurate. So the one thing that was there was the new questions were there, sir. New question papers, recent papers were there, so that was very helpful. Even the answers, we could blindly believe that whatever the answer is there, that is right. In case we had doubt, there was the Facebook club where we could put the question so that we could get the answer and with explanation everything, sir. So that was helpful, sir.
Yeah. And talking about the Facebook club, like in addition to classroom in the DAMS, we have that doubt solving Facebook platform. How was your experience with that? Were you happy to see the
Yes,
interactions?
sir. Yes, sir. I think more than 100 questions come in a single day, sir. And then all the questions get answered. So many questions get repeated often. Even then the teachers come back, see the question again, answer it. Yes, I remember seeing same question so many times. So many people posting same question, and still each question getting answered, sir.
But in a way, for a good student, probably it's a revision going on.
Yes, sir.
For you, I think it is like, for a topper like you could have gained that 100 time, the answer. Now it is in your brain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's again.
I think, you can gain from others' doubts
Yes,
also,
sir.
I think.
Yes, sir. That is there, sir. But then sometimes what I would feel was some people would ask some questions which are like beyond our level, some high-end questions. That time I would feel like, okay, I am losing confidence by seeing that. But then again, it will be very helpful, sir. Like whatever they are asking is of importance only, and even teachers will tell if it's important or not in the answer. So that was very useful.
Yeah. And any particular teachers that you want to mention today, like who comes to your mind, who was more active in the group, answering your doubts, or any particular who comes to your mind?
Actually, every person is working as a team, sir. Like it would not be good to point out any single person, but every subject, every teacher was very active on Facebook. Even after the exam, while we posted our questions, like this question was there, so what is the answer, or what could be the answer, or any topic if we had doubt. Even at that time, everyone was very active.
Another thing that I feel is that on that Facebook, we also do those unplugged videos.
Yes.
Did you enjoy those?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. I had actually started using those videos much before I joined DAMS, sir. Like in YouTube, I had subscribed to DAMS channel,
Yeah.
so I used to get the notifications of the integrated series of videos and all. So that was very helpful, sir.
Were you happy with the way we try to integrate
sir.
a small
Yes, sir.
topic with multiple
Yes,
people?
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Very helpful.
And I think that is one of the important patterns for AIIMS as well. In AIIMS, there are many questions which would feel integrated, and there will be many questions which will be based on emergencies and any other topics from AIIMS that you want to highlight to future aspirants. Any topics that they
Yes,
should
sir.
definitely look at.
In AIIMS, first and second year subjects are the most important, sir. In first and second year subjects also they are asking those things which are clinically relevant. So clinically relevant basic science topics are most important. Again, some subjects like ophthalmology, those things are important. Short subjects are not so important as much as in NEET, sir. NEET short subjects become more important, but here the basic sciences are more important in AIIMS exams.
And I also agree with you that it's very important for anybody who's aspiring for AIIMS exam that there are short subjects like ENT or maybe anesthesia. Maybe you might not have too many questions in the AIIMS exam on
Yes.
them, but if you have some questions, they will be very conceptual.
Yes.
While in NEET, they will be as per the prescribed weightage given in the website.
Yes.
And so that will help you to plan your revision. Like when you are doing your final revision before the November AIIMS, at least revise the first, second prof subjects.
Yes, sir.
Basic sciences,
Right.
then obs and gynae, PSM, then medicine surgery. I
Yes,
feel, because obs and gynae forms a good chunk,
Yes, sir.
PSM forms a
Very-
good chunk. While in NEET, you have to do everything.
Yes.
Any particular surgery questions that or
Sir,
topics that
for
you want to
me-
highlight?
So for me, what I had done was I had focused on first and second year subjects.
Yes.
Then OBG and surgery was very important. Like surgery, from directly general surgery, those things they are very important. Trauma surgery,
Yeah.
especially trauma and all, very much important. Those things will be they will frequently ask it, and that I had focused more. Medicine, it's getting covered in second year subjects like pathology, pharmacology, microbiology. So I didn't focus more on the medicine. I focused more on ophthalmology, surgery, and OBG in third and final year subjects, and PSM, biostatistics, and all those things.
Yeah. And I'd like to mention here is that it's very important that there are 19 subjects. So you need not solve a medicine MCQ just by your medicine knowledge. You can actually solve it by your
Yes.
basic sciences knowledge also.
Yes, sir.
Some physiology might help, some pathology
Yes,
might
sir.
help, some micropharma. So that has diluted the value of whole medicine in the AIIMS exam. Like it is there. It is not like it's not there. But in the final revision, I will like you to give your priority to the basic sciences. Then PSM is very important for AIIMS, and
Yes.
obs and gynae is important. And then put more weightage on general surgery. That is what you
Yes, sir.
recommend.
Yes, sir.
Trauma in particular,
Trauma.
emergencies, trauma,
Yes.
then medicine.
Yes.
है ना?
In OBG also they are asking specific pattern, like what is the next step. They are asking more on what is the next step. So during internship also we keep seeing cases.
Yeah.
So that knowledge will help, even if not getting a direct answer, it will help in eliminating the other two options. So the probability of getting right becomes 50%.
Were you happy with the AIIMS capsule of OBG?
OBG, yes, yes. Yeah, I recall there were so many direct questions both in AIIMS exam, also in PGI exams. There were some direct repeats from what ma'am had told. So it's like while solving the question, the notes flashed in front of my eyes. It's kind of that.
And you know, what role do you think testing plays in preparation? Like, were you giving the tests as well? Were you giving the grand test and the mock test
Yes,
as
sir.
well?
Yes, sir. I always believed that grand tests were like very essential. It was a form of revision for me, sir. Like while solving a grand test in that 3 hours, we are thinking so much. We are seeing the options. We are thinking about those options. We are trying to eliminate. It helps us develop the MCQ solving skills, and also helps us to kind of revise everything in 3 hours. And after solving the question, we can go back to see the answer. And while seeing the answer also, we will get to know the answer. We will get to know about the other options. We will get to know why we went wrong. So that grand tests, I used to solve many grand tests, sir. Even in DAMS mock exams, CBT exams, I have attended all the tests.
So what I wanted to highlight with this interview to you is that it is equally important to start giving tests as well, especially when you reach July. Now you have exams in November, you have exams in December, in January. There are ample time. Now you have to add the skill of MCQ to your armamentarium. Like you've been studying, making notes, attending classes. That's okay, but towards the end you have to add testing to it. Even you can see for yourself, rank 1 was very aggressive during testing. And you can see his CBT rank also. He could do a rank 6 in the CBT,
Yes.
and he could utilize that learning also. Is giving test and analyzing what you are doing wrong, would you believe very important?
Yes, sir, very essential, sir. Actually, I would tell, give first grand test on the day of starting your preparation, sir. Like it's never too late. It's like
Yes.
begin as early as possible,
Yeah.
and just make one graph. Like every 15 days, give one grand test. Make a graph, and as you see it, as you see your score improving in the grand test, you will actually feel more confident. You will feel like doing better. You will feel like reading more and doing better in the next grand test. And take grand test very seriously. Like as opposed to the actual exam, take grand test more seriously. And while going to the actual exam, just feel relaxed. Just feel like it's just another mock exam. Feel relaxed. Don't give everything to single exam. Just feel. Just think that if this like it's just one mock exam like that.
So give the real exam as if you're giving a mock test. Give the mock test as if you're giving the real exam, so
Yes.
that you can get used to the
Yes.
idea. That is what his message is to you. Bhavesh, I also want to know, how did you maintain your motivation during this entire period, in this entire journey? How did you keep yourself motivated?
Motivation came from parents and friends, and also like whenever I used to feel like depressed or demotivated, I would think of why I'm doing all this. I would think of my PG life, or after that I would think how happy I'll be as a clinician. I would speak to my parents. I would speak to my friends. Cricket, now we had our cricket teams, so we would play cricket. And if I was like depressed for a long time, and if I'm not able to read well, I would go, do something which I'm very good at. Like if I would start solving pathology. I felt second year subjects were my strength, so I would start doing those second year subjects so that I feel motivated again, and I would go back to like other things.
So if I put them all again, family, friends, way to vent out cricket.
Yes.
And if I add to it that going back to your strength again and again, if you feel that I'm not good at it, but at least I'm good at it, you come back and balance it out, so that you keep feeling positive about it. Great Bhavesh. Any particular teachers that you want to mention today?
Yes. when I met you for the first time in Grey Matter quiz, I told you, sir, you were my motivation. Like I want to be something like you, sir. So you are obviously
you will become better than what I am. I'm sure.
So you are one of my motivations, sir. Like, and in fact, every teacher on dams is like very good, and it's not that they're teaching. Even if we went with any motivation, if we need some motivation, they would be very happy to help us, sir. So as a team, dams has helped me a lot.
Do you feel that dams is like a kind of a teamwork or integrated work which they all keep working together into various things, like somebody would be teaching, somebody would be solving questions, somebody would like were you happy with your experience with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like we have seen all of you, and in Facebook I have seen like everyone working as a team. People posting questions even before AIIMS exam. All the teachers were together, like posting AIIMS new pattern questions. As a team, they were working very much for our results. So it was one thing I noticed.
And with this, I would now want you to give a final message to the aspirants. Anything you want to say to boost them up.
Yes, sir. Like there are few things. Start practicing MCQs early. Like even in AIIMS, even in NEET exam, the result depends on how you solve an MCQ, because everyone is reading the same thing. It depends on how you are able to solve the MCQ exam, how you are able to maintain calm and composure on the day of exam, and have faith in yourself. Just keep working, have faith in God, have faith in yourself, and you will do well.
With this, I would like to congratulate you once more on your exemplary achievement.
Thank you, sir.
Bhavesh, we are really, really proud of your achievement.
Thank you.
And may I ask you, what branch are you taking in AIIMS?
I'm taking medicine, sir.
So we will have a great physician in Bhavesh in future. You will hear about him more about him in future, I'm sure. And I would like to congratulate him once more on his achievement. Heartiest congratulations,
Thank
Bhavesh.
you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.